coronation is coming up, and I know you're probably trying to suppress your wild excitement.
Okay.
Will you be watching?
No. Of course not. It's not my country, and it's stupid.
Do you care about the royal family?
Of course not. It's an anachronism, and it's. I said this to people who are royals to their face. I'm not going to call you Your Highness.
Really? Who did you say that to?
I said that to Queen Noor.
Really?
Absolutely. I said it's ridiculous that one human being, this is something liberals especially should believe, that you don't call another human being Your Highness? Are you kidding me?
Come on, Bill, try it.
No. And, you know, although I do, personally, I like Charles. I always thought he was a smart guy. He had some really good issues. You know, I thought they made fun of him. You know, he gave him some ammunition for that, but no public person doesn't. But, you know, why even have this? And I know there are reasons. Enjoy it, whatever.
Have you been hanging out with Meghan and Harry since they've been in California?
No, I don't know them.
What do you think of them?
I admire Harry for going to Afghanistan. Anybody who's had military service, I can only criticize so much because I haven't. And there's nothing that compares to military service. But they're ridiculous after that. They want it both ways. You know, you can't be, these people were so mean to us and poor us, and we don't want all this attention, and then let me write a book about how much we don't want attention.
I thought South Park did. We want our privacy.
I mean, they
summed it up really.
They just strike me as creatures of that generation. You know, you're just fragile. You know, just take a hint from the Queen, the recently departed.
Never complain, never explain, and rarely be heard speaking in public.
You're complaining about your hard life, and you're so privileged. It's just so weird.
It's ridiculous. I totally agree. Look, you've had an extraordinary life. How long do you think you can keep doing this? Decades?
Forever.
Do you think you'll ever want to stop?
I have a contract for 1 billion years, like in Scientology. Piers.
I would watch you for it, as long as you want to do it. But
I don't know. I mean, the fact that I've done it for 30 years is just ridiculous. But I feel in no way diminished.
You enjoy it as much as you've ever done?
More. Because, you know, you get better at what, if you do something for 30 years, I mean, you better get better. You know, at a certain point, you know, same thing with Biden, you know, yes, age could actually have an effect on how you're doing. But that's, I would be the first one to tell you if it did. And plainly it's not.
Well, I watch you every week, and I have to say, I think right now you are probably the most important host on American television because you are the voice of common sense amid all the insanity. And also, you're on their side, the loons. It's like, come on, stop being so mad.
No, I think you're a great voice too, and also of common sense. And there's lots of us. And by the way, none of us are what anyone 10 years ago would even begin to call a conservative.
No.
You know, we're not conservatives. I mean, you go down the line about what we believe and how we live our life. We're not out there shooting Bud Lights. And I will not bend the knee and just go along with the nonsense. That's what's so annoying about them. The most of all, they insist that you go along with their nonsense and their insanity and their fragility, or else you're thrown outside the group and you're excommunicated from liberal. No, you're not the liberal. I haven't changed.
Yes.
You invented a whole new thing called wokeism, which used to have a much more valid meaning.
It's actually a form of fascism. The way they go about it, the way they, without the extreme violence, but the ideology that you will conform to our narrow world view, and if you don't, we're going to really do bad stuff to you.
Yeah,
that's a fascist mentality.
It's the cry bullies of that generation, as I said, raised wrong. So they think when someone disagrees with them, it's a hate crime, and it's violence, and it's unacceptable, and it's just got to stop. You don't get your teenagers under control.
Yeah, I completely
That's
agree.
my message.
Bill, it's a great message.
Pleasure.
Keep battling. I'm with you. I'm with you on the hill.
All right.